Taiwan. I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Two leading local think tanks have dropped their 2023 economic growth outlook for Taiwan. On Tuesday, the Taiwan Institute of Economic Research cut its prediction for the country's GDP growth for the year from 2.3% to just over 1.6%. That matches the Zhonghua Institution for Economic Research, which lowered its forecast from around 2% to the same 1.6% last week. Both blame the gloomy outlook on falling exports and poor investment levels. However, some analysts expect growing demand for AI to give the economy a boost by the end of this year and into 2024. Semiconductor giant TSMC is investing nearly $3 billion in a new plant in Northern Taiwan. The company announced the project on Tuesday after receiving the go-ahead from local planners. It will be built in Hsinchu Science Park and is expected to create around 1,500 jobs. TSMC says the new plant aims to meet growing demand driven by high-end AI chips. The news comes days after the world's largest chipmaker predicted a 10% drop in its sales for 2023 and said production on its U.S. fab would be delayed. TSMC has not said when it will break ground on its Hsinchu plant. Taiwan is a haven for hundreds of species of birds, including 29 found nowhere else on Earth. But the growth of invasive bird life has ecologists concerned. Stash Butler has more.
This is a light-vented bulbul, and along with the warbling white-eye and Eurasian tree sparrow, they're the most common birds in Taiwan cities. But they're facing more and more competition from invasive species like this, the common myna.
它们食物可以适应的种类或许比较弹性比较大，所以它可以吃虫，也可以吃各式各样东西，对，然后它们又适应各种人为的一些缝隙死角，所以它们其实适应的会不错。
Stats show that from 2011 to 2021, the three fastest-growing bird populations were all invasive species. Numbers of white-rumped shama grew over 9,000%, followed by chestnut-tailed starlings by over 5,000% and Asian glossy starlings by 4,400%. Birds compete for food and nesting space, but researchers don't know exactly how invasive birds, like certain mynas, are affecting native species.
它们之间会有一些竞争的作用，但是其实还是没人理解说，到底是不是八哥让麻雀变少？这其实是还需要有待去观察的。
In 2019, authorities began destroying nests of the African sacred ibis and other invasive species. They cut numbers from nearly 20,000 down to a few hundred, but that's tougher to do in Taiwan cities.
因为那个移除的方法其实没有找到的话，我们再着急，投入再多经费，其实老实说，那都很像那个石头丢到水里，扑通有一些涟漪，但是我们没有解决问题。
Taiwan's government has banned people from bringing starlings into the country, but so far it's powerless to stop existing populations in the city from breeding. Researchers just have to hope the boom in non-native birds doesn't come at the cost of local wildlife. Clive Wang and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is home to one of the world's most diverse population of fireflies, but they are in danger. Our reporter James Chater took a trip into the darkness to see for himself.
In the dark, a flicker of light from a marvel of Taiwan's natural world. This soft green flash is being emitted from one of Taiwan's 65 species of fireflies, but they're under threat.
随着我们的环境的一个改变，都市化、科技化之后，变成是我们现在比较不容易发现这样的萤火虫。
There are around 2,000 species of firefly in the world. The 65 that live in Taiwan make it one of the countries with the richest diversity of firefly in the world. Taiwan trails only Jamaica and Costa Rica. But Taiwan also has one of the densest human populations on Earth. At night, that generates a lot of light, which can disrupt fireflies' natural behaviors.
那这种微光呢，没有办法跟我们人类所制造出来的电灯啊、灯泡这些相比，好，所以他们会发现自己没有办法去在这个环境里面，得到这个配对的机会，所以它自然而然就不会在这个环境出现，这是一个光对他来讲是光害的问题。
Workers at Tocheng Leisure Farm on Taiwan's northeast coast are trying to help. The farm provides sustainability tours showcasing Taiwan's plants, natural produce and landscapes. But they've also set up protected areas for the fireflies and lead educational nighttime walks for visitors.
所以我们在这个环境的部分会重视到让整个森林的环境啊，能够尽量走自己的自然的一个循环。自然的循环，我们尽量减少人为的过度干扰。好，那这样子环境就会给农场给萤火虫一个很天然的家。那自然而然它就可以在这边永续的生存。
Fireflies are now a treasured part of Taiwan's ecosystem, and people at Tocheng Leisure Farm are doing all they can to ensure these lights will keep shining. Ethan Pan, Damon Lin, and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
A man considered Taiwan's godfather of table tennis is giving back to society, passing down the secrets of his mastery to the next generation. Zhuang Ziyuan taught 60 children tips and tricks to improve their game at a charity event on Tuesday. At 42, Zhuang is a veteran of the sport, having competed for over 3 decades. In February, a global table tennis association identified Zhuang as the sport's highest scoring player.
做这个公益活动跟小朋友去交流，那自己是感觉蛮新鲜的，那也真的很开心。
When you hear about nuclear power, then you might think of large facilities turning out energy. But not all of Taiwan's nuclear reactors are in power plants. One can be found in a university. Eric Gao reports on how it's being used to help cancer patients.
Ponds like this are a common sight on university campuses, but this one at National Tsinghua University in the northern city of Hsinchu is not like the others. It's a filtration pond for a nuclear reactor. That's right, these buildings house a nuclear facility.
整个原子炉大概有7层高，那是从民国47年开始建造的。那整个原子炉体厂房是非常大的，依照我们研究用反应器这种等级，它这个厂房几乎跟核电厂差不多了。
Completed in 1961, the reactor was originally meant for nuclear research, but switched gears to nuclear medicine in the early 1990s. It's called the Tsinghua Open Pool Reactor, or Thor for short. But this Thor doesn't channel lightning, it channels radiation, which helps to treat cancer patients.
目前我们治疗最多的算是脑肿瘤跟头颈癌，主要是说我们很多的技术来自日本。
The treatment is called boron neutron capture therapy. Doctors inject patients with amino acids treated with the isotope boron-10. These are absorbed by the tumor cells. When exposed to the reactor's neutron beam, the boron explodes in a tiny, tiny blast, killing the cancer cells but not harming healthy cells nearby. One of Tsinghua's patients is Mrs. Huang. She has an aggressive form of brain cancer, and multiple surgeries have failed to stop it from spreading. Now at Tsinghua, she's being prepped for radiation therapy. Doctors carefully mark her face so the system knows where to aim the radiation. She just has to stay still for 20 minutes as the machine goes to work. How does she feel after it's done?
还好啦，没有不舒服啦。
This treatment has a decent success rate. 60% of patients see their tumors shrink significantly or disappear completely. Over 300 patients have been treated since Tsinghua started its radiation therapy program in 2010. There's generally about a dozen people on a wait list hoping to get treated. But it's not easy to get on that list. The treatment isn't covered by Taiwan's national health insurance system, and patients can only get it if more common treatments fail.
那这个必须透过我们医院的人体试验委员会的同意，还有就是卫福部这个药物食品管理署的这个同意，病人才能够获得这样的处置。
But officials are working to simplify the process. The FDA is getting the radiation therapy certified. That would make it more accessible, giving more patients a chance to get this potentially life-saving treatment. Leon Lien and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with images of inflatable mascots in Kaohsiung being deflated in preparation for Typhoon Doksuri. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.